Well, fans, the tag team champions Peron and Lafferty on their way to the ring to start things off on this episode of PWA Wrestling. My name is Aaron Hurt. I want to thank you for being with us once again. We are going to see the tag team titles defended under very unique circumstances. It's going to be a 4-team elimination battle royal, 8 men going at it tooth and nail for the championships. Plus, we have in our main event another big title match, the U.S. title on the line, Jimmy Fahrenheit facing Kevin Cruit. As you can see, the champions, the last of the 4 teams to enter the ring, getting ready to put those belts on the line in this very unique matchup. Somewhat disadvantageous rules for the champions. The other teams that you see, L.A. Cordova and Geoffrey John representing the gold standard, plus the former champions, the Boricua boys, and the combination of Randy the Rowdy Hillbilly and gorgeous Morgan Taylor. A lot of variables in this contest to keep our eye on, and we must establish that elimination does occur when you are thrown over the top rope, but you can also be pinned. Although clearly removing somebody over the top, a little bit more expedient, perhaps might have a better opportunity at doing that on the spur of the moment. But also to establish the rules, if one partner is eliminated, the entire team is. So this is a battle of attrition, a battle for survival and for championship glory and gold here in the PWA. Lafferty coming to the aid of his partner Bjorn. A slugfest here starting to develop. Got to be difficult for these men to keep their eye on all the other competitors. 8 men at a time here in this ring. Oh, looks like Randy and Lafferty were about to square off before Bjorn snuck in from behind. Morgan Taylor, perhaps a feeble attempt, but it seemed to do the trick. Now Bjorn taking over in the corner. You see Krypton and Geoffrey John renewing an old rivalry. Morgan Taylor putting the boots to Bjorn. But it didn't escape the notice of Lafferty. But Taylor standing toe-to-toe. L.A. Cordova trying to break down Rowdy Randy in one corner. The two high flyers, Jeremy Rodriguez and Krypton, haven't factored into things as much as I'm sure they would like. But this is, of course, an elimination situation here when any of these guys get near the ropes. Oh, Rodriguez not shy about stepping up to the big man and throwing some hands. Bjorn handling both of the Boricuas at the same time. I think we should bring the franchise player in here for just a few minutes to give us some analysis of this tag team match, the implications that it may have.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad you would have me. I wanted to get a front row seat here with you. I wanted to check this action out. I've been excited about this match for a couple weeks now.
Well, what we are seeing is the creme de la creme, the upper echelon of the talent in the tag team division going to war here. Quite frankly, I think that I would have to favor the champions in this Battle Royal situation just simply because of the size of Bjorn, the fact that Lafferty is there to watch his back. They're so ruthless, they're so devastating. What is your assessment of who's going to come out of this with those gold belts?
Well, you got Lafferty on the outside, so's Krypton. Neither one of those men went over the top rope, but man, I think you are dead on the money with the exception of Rowdy Randy Forrest. Bjorn and Lafferty are the two biggest ones, and they're going to be the hardest ones to get over. I gave these guys the options. They said they wanted to be in this match. You've got the newly christened gold standard of Geoffrey John and L.A. Cordova, his former tag team partner Morgan Taylor in there with Rowdy Randy. And you got the tag team champions, the former champions, the Boricua Boys. Aaron, it doesn't get any bigger than this.
No, there are so many dynamics and permutations at play here. Wow, that kick looked like be a little bit low from Morgan Taylor, but I don't know if many would blame him for that. But like you said, yes, L.A. Cordova and Morgan Taylor once on the same side, now completely at odds. Randy Rowdy Hillbilly, having teamed with Tommy Forte recently, came oh so close to capturing those tag team titles. And his past with both Bjorn and Lafferty is extensive.
You got 8 men in there, all with one goal, one objective, and that's to be the tag team champions. 6 men want to become, 2 men want to remain. Like I said, I can't overstate or state it enough. I've been excited about this match since it was signed. The Boricua Boys are looking to climb back on top of the mountain, but you've got Rowdy Randy and gorgeous Morgan Taylor. They are looking to get tag team gold and establish their friendship.
You know, Morgan Taylor got a taste of singles gold recently, becoming the U.S. champion, but he has been there 3 times before as the tag team champion, as has Randy. Apparently, the 2-on-1 from the Boricua Boys on Bjorn has continued, but weren't able to make much headway, and it looks like Bjorn might have.
Looks like they're both out.
Oh, but wait a minute!
Bjorn over the top! L.A. Cordova, I believe, is the one who put him out. Maybe Geoffrey John assisted.
Took out both teams at once. Lafferty still coming to and realizing what happened, but the champions eliminated.
Now, since Bjorn has been eliminated, Lafferty is gone too, so we are guaranteed new tag team champions. The Boricua Boys, I think they hit the floor too. I completely missed it.
They both hit the floor, but Bjorn's momentum ended up carrying him over with, as you said, a little bit of help from L.A. Cordova, and these 2 men clearly.
But now you've got Randy and Morgan going at it with the gold standard.
But these 2 big men in the aisle still having words. As you said, we need to pay attention to the 2 teams that have survived.
Who's your pick, Aaron?
Well, at this point, I'm going to have to go with Randy and Morgan just because it seems like they are on a roll at the moment, and they've got the motivation not just to be champions, but just to prove a point to the 2 men that they're facing off with in the ring right now.
Well, between the 2 of them, I think we got a little flip-flop and fly here. Between the 2 of them, how many championships have they won? Randy is the first ever triple threat heavyweight United States and tag team champion. And gorgeous Morgan Taylor, multiple times, 3-time tag team champions, United States champion.
Yes, and L.A. Cordova equally well-decorated and accomplished. Geoffrey John being the only one who has not achieved a championship at this point of his career, which may all change, as you saw, at a moment's notice with the way this match is structured.
Trying to take Randy out of the leg. That's where the Rowdy Hillbilly is most vulnerable.
Well, this is where L.A. Cordova's tag team expertise is going to come into play, because if him and Geoffrey John can meld and work as cohesively as Cordova did with Morgan Taylor, who just laid a big right hand upside his head to back elbow to John. But if Taylor and if Cordova and John can achieve the same level of continuity, then the sky is the limit for them. Arguably, they'd be an even more formidable team. The former duo Vicious and Delicious.
You know, Vicious and Delicious, I didn't always like them, but man, what a team they were. Those two men, they were just on the same page almost at all times. Myself and Outlaw Tony James, we had some bouts with them for the tag team titles.
No, they confounded a top contender in the tag team division for a number of months, and as we said, among 3 different reigns. But
Randy's got him up for the big spin.
Yeah, but
Geoffrey John cut him off.
Cordova getting pulled both ways.
And I tell you, this team of the Gold Standard, they're really taking it to Morgan and Randy.
It seems like, and they've had time to work on their tag team continuity with their new leader, if you want to call him, Nick Stevens. As you said, this organization now being called the Gold Standard, looking to add some legitimacy to that moniker.
Well, and let's not forget when, after our last episode at the fairgrounds, Tommy Forte coming out on top as the new PWA Heavyweight Champion. Nick Stevens came to ringside, made the challenge. We thought it was going to be Geoffrey John or L.A. Cordova, only to have that turncoat, Jimmy Fahrenheit, come out to the ring and or from behind attack Tommy Forte.
Yeah, Fahrenheit, whom... not to divert our attention away from this, but there are so many repercussions from that story that we are going to have to discuss, and then they're going to play out in the coming weeks and months as everybody starts to focus their attention on 2020. But right now, Randy running wild on both of his opponents, setting the stage for Morgan Taylor. Those running hip attacks.
Well, you know what the back of his trunk say.
Well, he's getting quite a bit more fanfare for that maneuver than he once did. It's been quite a fascinating story to watch Morgan Taylor and the relationship that he now has with our fans go a complete 180.
I think this might be about the beginning of the end. No, Geoffrey John going low.
No, it's looking quite perilous for the duo of the Gold Standard. Big right hand from Morgan Taylor. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, up and over.
Is the referee going to declare him? There it is. We got new champions.
Rowdy Randy Forrest and gorgeous Morgan Taylor have been eliminated. Therefore, your winners and new tag team champions, L.A. Cordova and Geoffrey John, the Gold Standard.
One man's eliminated. Both the team is eliminated. We've got new tag team champions, Aaron.
Quite frankly, if I hadn't seen it before my very eyes, I wouldn't believe it. The rise to the top.
I am shocked.
Yeah, Jimmy Fahrenheit out there to present the belts to the new reigning tag team champions. Again, as you said, you have to respect them, even as much as you may dislike the way they got it done. They got it done. PWA fans, Aaron Hurt here with you. If you like what you are seeing on YouTube, then don't miss the opportunity to see the action live and in person. The first Saturday of every month at the PWA Arena, 737 Slocum Avenue in Lancaster. Premier Wrestling Alliance is in action, plus select dates in towns near you. Check out PWAOhio.com for tickets for not just the arena events, but all events. Arena events start at $5. And that's PWAOhio.com for all of your ticket information. Aaron Hurt still alongside the franchise player Chris Cruit, who has remained here at the commentary booth to observe this big tag team match.
You know I asked you to call me the franchise president, Aaron, but go ahead, I digress.
Well, you have earned that moniker and many others. I have to say that the response to your decisions as of late has been unanimously positive, and I can't wait to see what plays out in the rest of this episode, because this is our second of 3 huge matches. We've already seen one title change hands, and we could see that happen again in our main event as the U.S. title is on the line. But that is putting the cart before the horse, as the fact that we have new tag team champions makes this match here all the more important for establishing new contenders.
Well, this is a very important match. You've got Brian Blade teaming up with the newcomer, Josh the Rocket Benson. And Brian Blade came to me and he said, hey, I'd like for you to introduce me to this young man. I think I see something special in him. I want to see if I could help him out.
Well, do you think that the team that does emerge victorious from this contest would have established themselves as a contender to our new champions, or would they need a few more victories under their belt?
Well, that would definitely, obviously, move them up the rankings. But, both of these teams are brand new. Oh, ran right through.
Big shoulder tackle from the 315-pounder.
If you ever made an understatement, it would be big shoulder tackle from Brian Blade, I tell you. But these two teams are going to definitely need some more wins under their belts. But no, it's going to put them in the talks, in the discussion.
And that's where everybody wants to be, or at least they want to stay, if they have got their mind on doing what needs to get done here in the PWA, being a champion, being an athlete.
Jordan Carlisle tags into Big Joe Black. Big Joe Black, he's been in the PWA School of Professional Wrestling for the better part of the last year, and he really has come a long way. The teachers there, they're impressed with his in-ring skills, and his size and strength are second to none.
Absolutely. As I was about to say, if he can add the wrestling ability to the physical gifts that he possesses, then he could be a force to be reckoned with. And Brian Blade has taken it upon himself to try to start mentoring some of the younger talent, at least the ones that are receptive to it. Josh Benson, clearly somebody that Blade gravitated to and felt that he could definitely serve as a mentor or an advisor to. And I have a feeling that whether he wants to or not, Joe Black might learn a lesson or two from being in the ring with Brian Blade.
Well, I tell you what, there's so many tricks of the trade that you can pick up from a veteran such as Brian Blade. Brian Blade is, I believe, 25-plus years in the sport. And I'm really excited for Josh Benson to have this opportunity. We might have a future star on our hands.
No, the glory is theirs for the taking. And Blade and Black faced off in singles action a short while ago.
Well, Black just went for that full Nelson. He has been working on that day and night trying to perfect that, and he's hurt a few guys in training.
Well, it's a very effective move with his height and the leverage that he's able to use on that, and making a smart decision here and taking the opponent back towards his corner of the ring and bringing in the fresher man. Now talk about somebody who has impressed practically any and all observers since his matriculation from the School of Pro Wrestling, the PWA. That's Jordan Carlisle. This man, the sky's the limit for him based on everything that I have seen.
He missed him on the way through, but he caught him on the way back. Jordan Carlisle, it might be one of the rookies of the year.
Oh, man.
At least a candidate.
Yeah, definitely taking some liberties with his opponent here. That could have very easily pulled a groin muscle. That
Josh the Rocket Benson, he's got, I think, everything it takes to become a player here in the Premier Wrestling Alliance. He's just got to get a little bit of more seasoning and a little more experience under his belt, and I think he's going to get that with Brian Blade.
No, a potential is only that until it is honed and perfected. And it's going to be great to watch these guys take that path in front of our very eyes here for our enjoyment. But I don't know how much enjoyment Jordan Carlisle is having at the moment, getting clubbed across the shoulder blades by this big young man here, the Rocket Josh Benson.
I think Josh is having a good time. Got him in a side headlock here.
Does this perhaps show a little bit of indecision, or do you think he's just trying to keep the man grounded, what he just did, and make a tag?
You know, the side headlock is one of the overlooked moves in the professional wrestling. When the headlock is performed properly, you can't hear, so you can't your partner can't yell any instructions to you, and when you push them off of you, it causes you to be off balance. It really rings your bell.
Absolutely, and Blade continuing to work on the neck, on the head with that rear chin lock, and it's all about leverage. It's all about the way you apply the hold and the power you're able to put behind it. That rolling neck snap.
Ooh, almost got him.
Yeah, credit to Carlisle, though, for kicking out, especially with the mass of somebody like Blade making the cover. Oh, the low blow, though.
The referee's got to keep an eye out on that.
Most definitely. It would have resulted in a disqualification had he seen that, you have to assume. But Carlisle trying to do everything he can to stay in this match. Got the camel clutch applied here.
Well, he doesn't have it all the way. He doesn't have Brian's back, pushed down. He's the one who gets the stomach in the back, arch, stomach down towards the mat. Brian's up on his knees, and all the pressure wasn't there. But it's still, it's enough to make you think.
No, I would argue that that move not quite as effective as it may have been with a smaller man in the hold. But the extra leverage from the ropes here might give him a bit more of an edge, but as you see, breaks before the count of 5, speaking to Jordan Carlisle.
I'm looking forward to our main event coming up next. Jimmy Fahrenheit taking on Kevin Cruit for the PWA United States Championship. Jimmy Fahrenheit petitioned my office, both men down.
Yeah, big double clothesline.
So I said, you know what? We'll run it past Kevin. Jimmy, honestly, he wasn't. After losing his heavyweight title match, he wasn't in line for a U.S. title shot. But Kevin agreed, so the match is happening today. Up next.
Well, and I would hate to speculate on the earful you got from Nick Stevens on that subject, but Jimmy Fahrenheit definitely made a statement, and we'll see if he can walk it like he talks it. Kevin Cruit will not back down from a challenge. He's defended that U.S. title with great distinction. Tag on both sides here.
Rocket in, takes Joe Black down.
He certainly...
A little misdirection there.
Certainly came out of the corner like a rocket.
Oh, see, that's the thing. Being with Brian Blade, he'll help that. He's got the strength, he's got the size, he's got to slow things down, he's got to keep his eyes open and watch for stuff like that.
Oh, but comes charging out with the shoulder tackle. Seems to have caught Big Joe Black by surprise.
He's kind of like a puppy with really big paws. He's going to grow into him.
No, you can see that he's got the motivation and the desire. He's got the want to. Oh, boy, just bowls Black right over. Comes down to make the cover.
He almost had him.
Very, very close. Although he's got to maintain control over this energy. You see how Black avoided that and slaps on that full Nelson. Oh, Carlisle from the outside.
Brian Blade trying to get in.
Referee checking on Benson.
Oh, that's it. It's over.
Calls for the bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the team of Jordan Carlisle and Joey Black.
There you have it. Black and Carlisle making their presence known here in the PWA Arena. Aaron, I really appreciate you having me. I've got some business to tend to in the back, so I'll see you again next time.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Fans, even though it was mere moments ago that new tag team champions were crowned, you can see that the other competitors in that division already jockeying for a position, already trying to stake a claim as the next challengers for our champions, L.A. Cordova and Geoffrey John. Big victory by the team of Big Joe Black and Jordan Carlisle there. Big Joe Black with the full Nelson on Rocket Josh Benson to lead his team to victory. Right now we're going to go to a commercial break, but when we come back, all we have left to bring to you is our main event, our second of 2 title matches on this program. Jimmy Fahrenheit recently aligning himself with our new champions and with Nick Stevens as the gold standard, tries to capture the United States Championship from Real Deal Kevin Cruit. Make sure you come back with us for this exciting main event, fans, the United States Championship on the line. Hello, PWA fans. My name is Aaron Hurt, here to tell you all about how you can keep up with PWA online. Just search PWA Ohio on Facebook or on YouTube, or check out PWAOhio.com for all of the latest information about upcoming events, the latest videos and highlights of past events, and interviews with your favorite PWA wrestlers. So make sure that you like and follow all of those pages. That's PWAOhio.com, PWA Ohio on Facebook, and PWA Ohio on YouTube. And follow along with all of us here from Premier Wrestling Alliance, and we hope to see you at the PWA Arena very soon. Defending United States champion, Real Deal Kevin Cruit coming down the aisle, about to enter the ring. There you see his opponent, Jimmy Fahrenheit, arrogantly lounging in the corner. Hard to believe the behavior that we've seen from this man, Jimmy Fahrenheit, a man whom I thought I knew quite well. And that says nothing about the relationship he once had with a number of members of the PWA locker room, which he has just thrown away, apparently all in the pursuit of glory and money and whatever is motivating him. I think at least from my perspective, could be leading him down a very rough path. And I had presumed that Nick Stevens would be joining Jimmy Fahrenheit at ringside for this match, but we do not see him as of yet. That doesn't mean that he's not lurking somewhere and won't rear his head at some point of the match. But the senior official Johnny Long presenting the belt to the challenger. Bell is gone. Depends, before we get too far into the action in this main event, I would like to tell you that, as we heard, franchise player having conversations and conferences with other members of the championship committee and the brass here at the PWA, and he has sent word to me that they have decided the new tag team champions, Ellie Cordova, Geoffrey John, whom you saw crowned to open this episode, will make their first defense against former champions, the Boricua Boys. That match set to take place on our next episode, so make sure that you tune in to see that. And Jimmy Fahrenheit now throwing in his lot with that organization, Nick Stevens, L.A. Cordova, Geoffrey John, the gold standard, putting more credence behind that proclamation. Could end up draped in gold by the end of this particular contest. But don't start engraving Fahrenheit's name on that belt quite yet. Although he does execute a nice reversal and escape. Cruit shoots off Fahrenheit. Jimmy Fahrenheit, who has put on a fair amount of weight in recent months, has about a 15-pound weight advantage now on Kevin Cruit, and that could prove to be a significant difference here. Pass by, drop down, drop toe hold, well executed. Oh, went for the Robinson special. Fahrenheit had that scouted, scooping a slam. Oh, no. Cruit able to find the back door. Reversal, that's where that 15 pounds extra weight comes in, able to put the brakes on and get Cruit over for that monkey flip. But look at the agility, lands on his feet, but got turned inside out with that lariat. Fahrenheit makes the cover, hooks the leg. Oh, Fahrenheit going to work on the knee. Kevin Cruit doesn't rely exclusively on high-flying offense, but he has relied upon it to put away opponents more often than not. So we'll see how this affects his strategy going forward as Fahrenheit clubs away with a forearm in the corner. Very disdainful of the admonishment of our referee. Oh, missed a drop kick there. Cruit rebounded out of the corner. In perfect position for that. Full head of steam. Where's he going here? Tip up. Oh, it drives the knees right into the sternum. Fahrenheit certainly seems invigorated by whatever it is that's gotten into him. Oh, tornado DDT, springboarding out of the corner. Fahrenheit staggers to his feet and right into a super kick. Oh, makes the cover, but they are too close to the corner. Fahrenheit able to break the plane of the bottom rope. I'm captivated by the action that we have seen so far. As you know, U.S. Championship matches with a 45-minute time limit, and we will do our very best to stick with this action as long as we can. Knife edge chop from Kevin Cruit. Oh, great maneuver there in the corner. Connects with a shoulder block, scales the top turnbuckles. Able to roll through, but got caught. F5. Fahrenheit, if he were able to make a cover, he might have been the new U.S. champion. But Kevin Cruit with enough awareness to roll out of the ring. Trying to avoid that at all costs, of course. Were Cruit counted out, although he would get the loser share of the purse, he would walk away still in possession of that U.S. championship, which is something that you see Jimmy Fahrenheit does not want to let happen. Breaks the referee's count. Bounces the champion's forehead off of that ring apron. Oh, and head first into the turnbuckle. He could be very easily busted open, and if he isn't, he might be the luckiest man in the PWA arena right now, because that was a violent collision with that steel ring post, to say the very least. Fahrenheit able to do a lot of damage to the champion outside of the ring there. Still not able to put away this tenacious young man. Kevin Cruit has quite frankly been an inspiration to many of our fans. The attitude that he has demonstrated. Jimmy Fahrenheit, who once shared many of those qualities, has now become the precise opposite. Variation of a curb stomp. And again, very nearly capturing the United States Championship is Jimmy Fahrenheit. Where's he going from here? Delayed vertical suplex. Again, another big show of strength and power from Jimmy Fahrenheit. Starting to become visibly frustrated with his inability to put away real deal Kevin Cruit. And let's be honest, if Jimmy Fahrenheit does win this match, it will not be an upset by any means. He will have gone a long way into backing up his behavior. Irish whip, but Kevin able to get the reversal. Connects with a forearm and a drop kick. Got tremendous height on that. Still trying to recover his balance though. Short power bomb there. We saw Kevin Cruit attempt that Robinson special, that will to win. And he might be going for it here. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes L.A. Cordova. Followed closely behind by Geoffrey John, the two men who captured the tag team championships to start the program. And just blatantly interfering, causing the referee to throw this contest out. Oh, Tommy Forte, the new U.S. champion. Comes Morgan Taylor. This is turning into a melee. Some of these men picking up right where they left off with the Battle Royal to start the program. But the new PWA Heavyweight Champion, Tommy Forte, getting a little payback on Jimmy Fahrenheit. Trying to hog the spotlight, trying to overshadow the accomplishments of Tommy Forte, but unfortunately this match thrown out. Your winner and still United States champion, Real Deal Kevin Cruit.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by disqualification and still the PWA United States champion, Real Deal Kevin Cruit.
Official announcement made to the fans here in attendance. Fans, we thank you for joining us on this edition of the program. We said tag team titles on the line next time we come to you. Kevin Cruit still the United States champion, but with quite the stare down with the gold standard going on. Kevin Cruit retains the United States championship. You saw the gang mentality that is being employed by these guys that call themselves the gold standard, and Nick Stevens conspicuous by his absence in this situation. But he's got a lot more power behind him with those tag team belts in his camp. But next time on the program, they're going to have to put those on the line against the Barriqua Boys, as you heard the decision made by franchise player Chris Cruit. Plus, so much more to bring to you. Make sure that you come back and join us again for more PWA Wrestling on YouTube. But for this edition, thank you for sticking with us. My name is Aaron Hurt, saying keep watching PWA. For more wrestling excitement from PWA, subscribe to this channel or click on the links for more great action.